Hi, everybody. Don Giannetti from Lighting Essentials. That's lighting-essentials.com and project52pros.com. I'm going to talk a little bit today about 10 things you got to be really good at to be a pro photographer, and none of them have anything to do with making photographs. 10 things you got to know. You got to be good at them, and you got to make them part of your everyday working environment. Or being a professional photographer, graphic designer, freelancer, and anything, it's probably going to be a problem. Number one, you got to be a people person. No, I didn't say you had to be an extrovert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I don't mind being by myself. Sometimes I approve of being by myself. But I'm a good people person. I can read people. And when you're negotiating any kind of job, whether it's a freelance design job, photography job, or whatever, you got to be able to read that other person. You got to know a little bit about them. And you have to be able to establish rapport, because people hire people. People don't hire photographers or designers. People hire people. You got to be a good people person. You also have to make quick decisions. I know. Some of us like to mull it through, and then we got to play this, and we got to do this, and we got to think, well, what if I do this, and what if I do that? No, not in this business. You got to be able to make it quick. Now, you've got to make a smart decision, so you've got to do research in advance, so you know how to bid a job, and you know what the vendor's costs are going to be, and you know how this is going to proceed. You've got to come from a place of smarts. You can't just make it up. But you do have to make quick decisions. You have to understand priorities. That's number 3, priorities. You have to understand priorities. You have to understand the difference between your priorities and your client's priorities. There may be some difference. How do you adjust it? I don't know, but you have to adjust it. You have to understand priorities, your own and your client's. It's absolutely vital. Number 4, you got to have a head for business. Oh, I know. We've heard this crap my whole life. I'm a creative. I don't know anything about business. That's for icky business people. They're just money-grubbing business people. I'm a creative. I don't know anything about money. Yeah, you better learn. You better damn learn about business, because it's a business. Commercial photography is a business. A professional photographer is, by definition, in business, whether you're freelance or working for somebody or making it up as you damn well go. It's business. You got to be able to master time. Master time. Time is limited. Our time is limited. The sun's time is limited. If you're late for gigs, you're going to blow it. If you're late with proposals, you're going to blow it. If you're late with deliverables, you're going to blow it. You can't show up for a sunset shoot 2 hours late, right? You've got to be able to master your time. You got to own time. Time is your slave, not the other way around. And even though time is restrictive, you got to be able to play it right. You got to know that stuff. Speaking of knowing stuff, number 5, you got to know your numbers. It's a great show on TV called The Prophet. And one of the things he's always asking is, let's see the numbers. What are the numbers? How much money you make? How much money you spend? You got to know your numbers. You can't be in business if you don't know your numbers. Do you know what your profit is? Profit isn't your paycheck, right? Y'all know that, right? If you do a wedding for $1,000, you didn't profit $1,000. If you don't understand that, oh boy, you're going to have some serious problems in this business. You got to know your numbers. Find somebody to help you understand it. It isn't rocket science. It's not like I'm saying, you've got to learn quantum mechanics. It's just numbers. If you can't do it, then you're not going to be a photographer. because anybody who's smart enough to do anything can figure this part out. Don't fall into the trap of, I'm a creative, I don't know anything about, business. Listening skills. If you don't listen, you're going to miss stuff. If you don't listen, you're not going to understand what your client really means. If you don't listen, you're not going to hear what they're not saying. And sometimes in a conversation, when you're negotiating with a client or they're trying to express to you why they want this photograph or this design or what have you, they're saying this, but they're also saying this. And this is where listening happens, because this is off the vocabulary or off the spoken word. It's over here. You got to listen. And it also keeps you from that terrible point where you go, wait a minute, what day is this again? And I go, Thursday. We've been saying it's on Thursday. And you, yeah. Wait a minute, is it this Thursday? Do you want to be that person? I don't think so. If you're thinking about what you're going to say while they're talking, you're not listening. Listen, take a breath, form what you're going to say, and go back. Take notes if you have to. Number 8, grace. Grace. You know what? Shit happens. Stuff goes wrong. Occasionally, you will fail. There are screw-ups everywhere. A non-graceful person will point out that those screw-ups happen because, well, the lab did it. My assistant did it. This guy we hired to do the catering, he just screwed it all up. Grace is saying, I'm sorry. We failed. Work it out. You're going to give them a refund. Going to hire another photographer to take your place. Whatever. But grace is so important. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Mentorship is number 9. Are you somebody's mentor? Are you? If the answer is no, why the hell not? Why haven't you found a young photographer or two and taken them under your wing and explained to them the business? I don't care what level you are. If you're at the top level, if you're at the top level photography, you probably all already know the shit I'm talking about right now. But if you're at the top level photography, there's got to be somebody here. If you're an entry level, it's got to be somebody here. If you're down here, it's got to be somebody that's below the video, whoop, down there. You always got somebody coming up that you can teach and mentor and help find their way. It's an important thing to do, and I really think you should be doing it. And the last thing, number 10, is patient impatience. Being in business for yourself doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while. You have to understand that. You can't go, well, I've had my doors open now for 6 weeks and I've sent out 2 promotions and I haven't gotten a job. Damn it, I'm going to have to quit. No. Sometimes it takes longer than that. Being impatient means that you're not just sitting around going, oh, I wish that phone would ring. But see, this is me being patient. I'm going to be patiently sitting here waiting for that phone ring for the next 4 hours because I'm very patient. No bullshit. You're working all the time, making new images for your book, contacting potential clients, being your brand, meeting people, being out. That's what impatient patience looks like. Yes, you can be very patient and understand it's going to take a couple of years to get going. I think it takes about 7 years to get big regionally. But I mean, that's just a number that basically working with photographers, I think about 5 to 7 years. But you got to be impatient because you got to scramble every moment of your life to get there. So be impatiently impatient. So those are 10 things you got to do if you're going to be a pro photographer, and none of them have anything to do with cameras, lenses, or taking photographs. See you next time.